Damian Lillard certainly didn't look like a rookie tonight. You had to find an answer for him. He did late, but what do you think about his game?
I mean, that boy's serious, man. He's serious, and he's not afraid of anything. And, he has a whole package. He's got the 3-ball, the mid-range, get all the way to the rim, obviously. And we just had to go get him. We just had to say the hell with it, just go trap him.
Well, I love Dame. I think I tweeted recently he said something about him. Like, I forget the word he used, but it was like, I might be one. It was something. I was like, take that out. You are one of the best in this game. You are one of the best point guards in this game. He's a special player, and anybody can play the first 3 quarters. But what he's able to do when he do this, that right there is another level. Everyone that plays this game doesn't have that. So, his toughness and his will to be great and want to be great, you see it. You see it every night. He works on his game. Take care of his body because he's out there every night. So he's a special player. He's one of my favorites to watch.
Who was your toughest opponent?
Ooh, that's a good
this year that really just went at you?
My toughest matchup was Damian Lillard.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
He had 50 on us in 29 minutes.
Wow.
And he was mad that they sat him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they sat him the whole fourth quarter.
That was right after CJ had 50 in like 30
Yeah, it was the same
minutes.
stretch.
Yeah, so Damian, especially we played him 4 times, so Damian was definitely my toughest matchup.
Big fan of Damian. Damian is a big-time player in this league. He's one of those guys that wants the ball in his hands in the last seconds, and he's just poised way beyond his years. And he's been doing an amazing job here at camp. He's been aggressive. He's really brought his playing style, which made him special. And that's the biggest thing when guys don't lose, what make them special, and they bring it into this camp. It really just elevates the whole practices, elevates the team, but it also elevates, that individual's game, and that's been the case for Dame.
But I think playing with Dame is so much different because, he always keep his coolness, always keep his calmness, and they're both amazing players, really, really good leaders. But man, Dame is just in another level, man. I cannot say enough about that guy.
Especially you see Dame, hitting those long threes, 30, 37 feet. What goes through your mind when you're watching that?
I had to guard it, and I know how tough it is to guard. And pretty much when I see them guys, I'm just kind of like rubbing my hands together, like, good. I'm glad they're on my side. I'm glad we're all on the same team. So. I never told Dame he was the hardest person for me to guard pick and roll in the NBA for me. So I'm just glad he's on my team now.
What do I think?
Yeah, how do you think he's been playing?
Is that like a real question?
Yeah, it's a real question.
No, that's not a real question.
Are you impressed with the way
I think we all know how Damian Lillard's been playing as of late. He's playing at the All-Star level that, he showed obviously when he was at the All-Star game. But listen, man, the guy's a superstar, man, in our league, and he's showing it right now. Leading this team, obviously, where I don't think a lot of, people thought they'd be, at the beginning of the season. But, him as a leader of the team, he's got those guys in the position to, fight in the West. So.
Do you think he's underappreciated? Underestimated?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But he definitely uses that. I like how he uses that. But true. If you're a true basketball, which is not a lot of true basketball minds and people that understand the game. But for me, I understand it. I know. Give me Damian Lillard. I'll show you how appreciated he'll be.
I see his leadership has expanded. His ability to get to the basket and willingness to go to the basket has expanded. Remember, when he first came in, he was only a jump shooter, didn't want to go to the basket, didn't want to get to the foul line, even though he's an excellent free throw shooter. But now he's getting to the basket, and he's also got the courage to shoot the game-ending shots from half court. I never had that kind of courage. To stand there, pound the ball, 14 seconds to go on the clock, and you dribbling, and you at half court. At half court. Now, we do that in the park, but in the real game, in the NBA playoffs, I can't think of anybody who's had this kind of courage to take this kind of shot and be this dramatic and so confident about it.
That was the epic game winner, of course, that closed out the series against OKC. Take me back to your days. If you tried to do that, what would Chuck Daly have said to you?
If I try to do that back in the day, I'm getting cut. There's no Isaiah Thomas make it to the Hall of Fame. There's no Isaiah Thomas win the back-to-back championship. You take that shot back in the day, end of the game, you getting cut.
I think this performance definitely ranks towards the top, probably at the top, just because of what he had to go through tonight. I picked up my 3rd foul in the first quarter. He has to play 24 straight minutes, carry the load offensively while trying to guard Russ, who's attacking, getting downhill every possession. Confidence never wavered. His stamina, ability to hit tough shots, off the dribble, finishing around the basket. Carried the load for us all night. When we needed baskets, he got them. I think we were down 15 in the 4th quarter. When Nurk came with about 3-4 minutes left, we were down 8. And I just looked at him. I said, bro, we can still win this game. He said, I know. I said, just get one stop at a time. I said, let me know when you need a break. And down the stretch, for the last play, they took it out of bounds. I was like, you want the ball, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, go get it. And I didn't know he was going to raise from 40. I was like, go, go. Then he raised from 40, and I was like, that's a bad mother. That's a bad. You know what I said.
Did you see Damian Lillard's shot last night?
Yeah, that was crazy. The whole series he played was pretty amazing. Obviously, Dame, been a great player in this league. Guy who I've been respected, but I gained a lot more respect after just the entire series he put together with the back and forth between him and Russ, the way he kept his poise, and just continued to lead the team. I think that was amazing.
Well, actually, he was working on that shot in the morning in the shoot-around practice. And then he took those shots. I was like, what is he doing? Because I never see anybody take those shots before. And he was working on it this morning. And then when he shot that ball, I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy. And then when he made it, I'm like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bad shot. I don't care what anybody says. That's a bad shot. But, hey, he made it. That story won't be told, that it was a bad shot. We live with that.
I think there are still bad shots even if they go in. But I don't know if you can really say that then. They get 50. So I don't know if you get 50 and any shot is a bad shot.
Unreal. I've watched playoff series since I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I've been a part of great moments in the playoffs in my 19-year career. But watching Damian Lillard, right? Superstars are made in the regular season, but legends are born in the playoffs and in his finest moment. From 50, 450, and a series clinching win, that was just a phenomenal performance. I know our show is Game Time Live, but it got to be renamed. Dame Time Live.
Damian, now I can say it. He's insane, what he did this series. I got to give him, we got to give him credit, what he did. He worked all summer, and it's amazing what he did.
I mean, he's obviously a talented player, and if you're not on your game, he's definitely capable of big nights like tonight. So he made some plays, and you like that kind of back and forth and that competition, but obviously every night at that position, you got to be ready.
Yeah, I mean, how he is on the court, he's the same way off the court. I mean, real cool. Not too cool for school, but I mean, just real cool. So really calm, collected. Again, I think playing against a person like that is a lot more intimidating than a guy who shows, I guess, a little bit more sporadic or whatever. You can always tell he's in control. He knows what he wants to do on and off the court. So it's pretty cool.
He had a great game. A lot of that's on me. Go up against Steph a lot, so you got to treat Lillard like Steph as far as being 30, 35 feet away from the basket, make him put it on the floor, give it up, and we let him get too many rhythm threes off the catch tonight and off the ball screen, and that's where he's deadly. So make the adjustment Monday and play with the same effort, and I'll be good to go.
We know Dame is dynamic. He can score the ball from different areas of the floor, getting to the basket, pull up jump shots, three-point shots. So we got to do a good job of containing him. I think we got to do a good job of having our antennas up for both of those guys.
Damian definitely a good dude. We built a relationship from, we have the same agent and the same trainer that trains him, trains me, trains me. So, just to get to know him and understand his mindset at a competitive level is definitely great. And making me respect him that much more. He's a great guy, but at the same time, he's the most competitive dude that, I worked out with and talked to. But, he's a good dude and a hell of a player.